Okay, the fence. We're going counterclockwise around the structure. That's the backyard over there. We're going around the front, and the structure faces east. Now, our rain gutters downspouts do not discharge water far enough away from the structure. So, we got some blocks. I'm about to show you some blocks. They're not going to take it out far enough either. And then obviously, we don't have it, and I get it. Our hands are tied because our sod has not been placed. But at the end of the day, you want to come over here, you want to make sure that this side drains all the time. Okay? Not evaporating within 48 hours. You want it to drain. So let's let it ride for a little bit. They want you to forget about it. Our warranty company doesn't have a problem with this. Their warranty company, the same company owns them as the warranty companies. The warranty companies to rubber stamp stuff. None of these excuses explain away drainage. Coming along here, a foundation perimeter. We've got parge coat around this. And then these are weep holes, which we want. Okay. Brick is a very good building material. This home could burn down and you could reuse the brick and help build another house as the exterior wall. Behind the brick, there's a drainage plane. Okay. And so brick is a very good insulator. Brick is very durable. Brick is low maintenance, but it's porous, and water will go right through there. If your lawn sprinkler system spray your wall, it'll go right through there. And so that's why we have the weep holes. Most of the time, the only thing that'll ever come out of there is water vapor. You won't see anything unless you have an event. I've had an event, and the water will come out of those, so we do not seal those. We're afraid of bugs getting in. Well, you might, put some steel mesh in there or something. But no, those weep holes are supposed to be here. That's a parge coat. It's kind of like a cake frosting around your foundation perimeter. And just because the cake frosting is cracked doesn't mean the cake is cracked. And if cake frosting is not cracked, it's no guarantee that the cake's not cracked. So, but it's an aesthetic finish that we've put along here. I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit, a whole lot, because I don't want to come back over in the mud. I always take care of the exterior first. So this is one of the first videos actually. This is your gas meter. It's on the south side or the front of the house. House faces east, and I do not see any bonding, so the only and bonding is not required, and I'm not required to call it deficient if I don't see it. But most likely it's going to be relying on the water heater, gas, maybe if it turns out to be gas. So I don't know what to tell you about that. Coming along here, this is the drip for the irrigation system. And so since we're here with the irrigation system, I can say this, that this is a bubbler, and a bubbler is for a tree. And so they're going to place a tree out here, and a tree shouldn't be any closer. Let's see if I can get a clue. It looks to me like any trees are being placed way close to the house. A tree shouldn't be placed closer to a home than 25 feet. So you don't have 25 feet going out to the front parkway. Everybody wants a tree. I get that, but unless I find some crazy measurements or something, it's probably the only part that I'm going to say about the foundation is being deficient is the tree's going to be placed closer than 25 feet to the home. Coming along here, rain gutters should be a minimum of 1 inch away from the wall. And then we've got a little bit of cracking. I don't know if you can see it from here. Can't get a good angle. I've got a roof videos coming up. and where I show you the separation between the mortar and the the masonry. And we got another crack right inside this corner right in there. And if we come along here to our front portico, we see that we got some separation right up here. Then above, we got some separation, vertical cracks right up there. Can you see that? Then we move on along. Because of the design of this, like, you can make some assumptions. Like, you can assume that this metal plate, okay, senior moment here. But you can't assume how far it extends over here. Man, I cannot believe that I'm just... And don't let my doctor see this video. Lintel. That metal plate is called a lintel. It supports the brickwork. Okay. And then we had, since we've disrupted our drainage plane, now we have weep holes over our lintel as well. Now I'm going to say lintel every chance I get. Moving up here, we also see the rain gutter. And that's the way a kick-out flashing should look, by the way. Rain gutter is not an inch away from the wall. These splashbacks are going to go underneath the rain gutter downspouts, and it's obvious that they do not extend far enough away from the structure. I don't even know why they make them, to be honest, but they do. We're moving on along, and there's one on the other side. We got a pest control service system that goes inside of here, and this is for regular bugs. This is not for termites. Okay, the house should have been treated. Lot should have been treated. You should have some documentation. And sometimes the treatment is they use a boride treatment on the lumber. That's the most economical way to do it. That's the way I usually see it in this builder's homes. So the wood's been treated, you know, so it's going to have some years of protection. But this is for roaches and ants and those types of bugs. And then if you don't have roaches and ants, then the spiders will go away because that's what they eat. And that's really not for spiders. Good home inspection. So we're moving on along here. And just kind of looking for movement and stuff. So we get right around here behind the condensing unit. We work our way around to the north side. And this plate needs to be sealed. It's going to let water in. Just saying. This window ledge doesn't have enough pitch to divert water fast enough off of the house. It's sitting there level, perfectly level. Water will just sit here like it does in the video you saw, the short roof covering video about the dead valley, and there was no place for the water to go. So it just sits. And remember the earlier part of this little video that I'm doing for you? I said that brick is porous. That's water right in. So if you got a 2-degree slope, the water will just pour right off. But if it sits there level, then water will sit there, sit inside, migrate through, and get into your walls. This is an easy fix. They will need to take these bricks out. They got a brickie in the neighborhood, and the brickie will take these out, you know, lower the edge of the mortar right there. All we're looking for is 2% slope. That's level like a pool table, and that's not done right. And they stick the bricks back up and they mortar them. And you can do that in an hour, and we're good. We're good. It's not a difficult repair. Now this screen is loose right in here. We're missing a couple of screens. Continuous soffit vents. Water does not divert water far enough away. These, and we have several of them around. I think I passed one already. These are control joints. Some people call them expansion joints. Call them what you will. But you can't have, in North Texas, you're not going to have this much brick wall and have some movement. So this movement, and this is the way your windowsill is supposed to be sloped. It's not supposed to be sloped like that. You can stand right here and look at the difference. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science. Well, I'm not talking about engineering even. Alright? So, but you can't have this much brick without having some movement, displacement. So these control joints absorb that to keep you from, in an attempt to keep you from getting the stair-step cracks and the vertical cracks and those kinds of things. So now, sealant, just like the sealant over there that was pulling away from the brickwork, remember? The sealant gets hard, dries, cracks, shrinks. So every year or so you should go around and check the sealant on your control joints. Or expansion joints, you can call them that. Moving all along, okay, I'm going to jump ahead again. This is your weather sensor for your lawn sprinkler system. And obviously I'm not going to inspect a lawn sprinkler system today, but you still need to know where it is. This is a little battery operated guy, so every once in a while you might have to replace a button battery in it or something. I'm not sure how that works, but I think the control will tell you if the battery's low. Doesn't divert water far enough away. Now we're wrapping around to the west side of the home. We got paneling on this side, so we've got some considerations. I realize that the windows are high. We got soffits over them. Well, we should have Z-bar flashing over the top casement, the top horizontal casement. There should be a Z-bar flashing that goes behind the siding, comes out and makes a Z, and so kind of like the. If you remember the video, the roofing video, the second short roofing video where I talked about the water cascading down and how the flashing works, it's the same principle here. And then the window frames themselves, they should have Z-bar flashing behind them. So we're missing Z-bar flashing in two places over the windows. And we come over here for our butt seams. And obviously we've got some broken siding on our butt seams there. So, but you know what we don't have? Since it's broken, let's get in here and take a look. Somebody did us a favor. These butt ends have not been sealed. They're supposed to be sealed. Read the instructions. And then there's supposed to be a flashing tape that goes behind the butt joint. So flashing tape should be there. Man, phone's going crazy, isn't it? I'm a popular little man. Word from my sponsor. We got holes in here and all this should be taken care of, but we do not have flashing tape behind our butt joints, and our butt joint ends have not been sealed. On along. I can kind of see a little circle right there through the parge coat, and that tells us that we've got a post-tension cable slab. Now they make several different types. I don't know which one this is. I'm gonna see, they're all good, it just depends on the application. So, but we do have post-tension slab foundation. And the patio posts come down like this. Okay, before we got the trim around the base, okay, the cove, I wasn't able to determine, to ascertain that a stand had been placed underneath this post, a metal stand to keep water from wicking up and rotting the main post, your main support. I'm starting to see them more frequently now, but I'd still say they were running about 50-50. Your odds are 50-50 that you don't have a stand underneath there. This is also a horrible story, I tell, but most of the time I can see them. I locate the stands. I'm pretty much convinced that the builder just came back and put the cove base around it, and it still doesn't have a stand. So, I'm not discounting my work, but kind of, we should have the Z-bar flashing over this top horizontal casement over the door, over the top horizontal casement over the window, and then of course over the window. It goes to both of these. And these two windows are missing their window screens. These are double pane, vinyl frame, storm windows. Coming along here, we got some more of this drainage issues. We're kind of coming back to what I started. And then I'm going to operate the front faucet in another video. But that's basically what we got. That's the exterior tour.